Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I thought that I would do a back to school makeup look / tutorial thing. I'm not saying that you guys have to wear makeup to school because personally for me I didn't wear a lot and those days I didn't wear any. But if you are planning on wearing makeup to school, then I thought that I would show you guys a look that is very simple, very quick and easy to do, and also doesn't look like you're wearing that much makeup at all. Obviously you don't have to use the same products that I have, you can just use the products that you guys have at home and adapt it. But I'm really happy with how this came out, so if you would like to see how I created this makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay, so this first step is like optional, but it's just something that I personally like to do just because I feel like it makes my foundation sit so much better. And that is to prime my face. For that I'm going to be using this, and this is the Nivea Soft Refreshingly Soft Moisturising Cream. This is actually not a primer, it is a moisturiser, but as I've said in like previous videos, I've found that it works really well as a primer on my skin. If you feel like your skin needs to be primed, then prime. If you feel like it doesn't, then just go straight ahead onto base products. Going to move on to our base products. So obviously for school you want to make it look like you are not wearing that much makeup, so if you think a foundation is going to be too heavy for your skin, then I would skip that and go for like a BB cream or a tinted moisturiser instead. If however you want to get that little bit more coverage with your skin, then go straight ahead into your foundation. If you feel like your skin doesn't need foundation, then I would just skip it altogether and go straight to concealer. But because my skin is quite red, as you guys can see, I like to just even it out with a foundation. So my foundation that I'm going to be using today is the one that I always use, and that is this one here. This is the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation in the shade 103 True Ivory. And I'm going to apply it with my beauty blender, which is all gross and dirty because I have not cleaned it. So just excuse the fact that throughout this video, my brushes, my beauty blender, everything is pretty much dirty. So normally I would use about 3 pumps of this, but I'm going to start off with 2. I'm just going to dot this over my face, and then I'm going to blend it out with a beauty blender. So I personally just like to use this flat side of the beauty blender, just to blend it out all over my skin. I just like to use the pointed tip just to get around like the edge of my face, just so I don't get like stark lines. Also blend it down your neck. You could just do one like layer over your entire face and just leave like little bits of your redness showing, but personally I just like to hide all my redness. Now that our foundation is done, we're going to move on to concealer, just to conceal like under our eyes, our eyelids, just to get rid of all the veiny looks and any spots that might be peeking through. Unfortunately I have actually ran out of concealer, so I'm just going to use some foundation that I've got on the back of my hand, and good concealers are like the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer, the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer, the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer, LA Pro Conceal, are all very affordable as well, and they will do the job just fine. So yeah, just apply concealer in the areas that you think needs it. If you don't have concealer like me, then yeah, just use your foundation. And again, you can apply concealer with a brush, with your fingers, or with a beauty blender. I just use my beauty blender. Personally for school, I wouldn't worry too much about using a lighter concealer underneath your eyes and a darker one on your spots and whatever. I would just use the same one throughout, just because you don't want to make it obvious that you're wearing makeup, because chances are at school you're not allowed to wear makeup. Or if you are allowed to wear makeup, then it's probably going to be like minimal. Okay, so now that our base is done, we are going to set that all down with some powder. Setting your makeup is really important for school, because obviously you're at school for a long period of time and you don't want your makeup melting off of your face onto your uniform or onto your clothes if you wear mufti. I would suggest using a translucent powder. I'm using this one here. This is the Revlon Colorstay in 880 translucent, just because you don't want to be adding any more colour to your face. And then obviously just using a powder brush to apply this. I just tend to dab it on my face to start off with. I just feel like dabbing it before you swipe it is just going to get some product in. instead of just swiping powder and just like moving your makeup all around your face. I don't know if it actually works, but that's just what I do. If I keep looking that way, it's because I've got a mirror right there. Okay, so this next step again is optional, but I'm just going to take my Australis contouring and highlighting kit. This is the medium complexion shade and just a brush that just looks like this. And I'm just going to contour my jawline a little bit, and that is the only thing I'm going to contour. I'm not going to bronze or anything because again we don't want it to be obvious that we are wearing makeup to school, but yeah, just contouring your jawline just helps to minimise the appearance of double chin, as we all know that double chins do not look attractive. So I'm just going to be using this top shade here. Also not going too heavy handed, so I'm just tapping off the excess. Now if you went very light-handed on your foundation and you have a little bit of your natural like redness peeking through your skin, then I would highly suggest skipping this next step. But if you've gone for medium to full coverage like I have, I've probably gone for like a medium coverage here, then I would just suggest adding the tiniest bit of blush, and I mean the tiniest bit. You just want to give the appearance that you're a little bit more awake without it being obvious that you're wearing blush and without having like a massive pink strip on your cheeks. So I'm just going to be using this blush here, and this is just like a corally pink shade, and I'm just going to be using the same brush. So that is the tiniest little bit of blush on my cheeks. Hopefully you guys can see that it just makes your face not as flat as... Alright, next I'm just going to be taking this YSL eyeshadow quad. This is the Vinyl Candy palette, and I'm just going to be using this like light pink shade, and I'm just going to put this all over my eyelid just so that it again makes me look more awake. I'm not going to put anything under my lower lash line, but I am going to highlight my inner corners with the same shade, just so that again it helps to open your eyes and just makes you look a little bit more awake and a little bit less tired. So next I'm just going to be taking this nude eyeliner here. This is by the brand Australis, and it's in the shade Nudie Rudie. This is actually a lip pencil, but I use this as an eyeliner. And I suggest taking like a nude or a white eyeliner and just lining the waterline of your eye. So the waterline is like this little line here inside there. Again, just helps to open up your eyes and helps you to not look tired. And okay, so when it comes to eyebrows, you can choose to fill in your eyebrows if your eyebrows are quite sparse. However, my eyebrows are quite full naturally, so I generally don't fill them in a lot. I would just suggest using a brush and just combing through them just to make them look a little bit more neat. I feel like combing through your eyebrows as well is going to get any product that may have fallen into your eyebrows, whether that be like powder or foundation. It just helps to get rid of it, again just bringing back like the colour of your eyebrows. If you are going to fill in your eyebrows, I suggest obviously making sure that the colour matches your natural eyebrows, because otherwise it's going to be really obvious that you've filled in your eyebrows, but also going really light-handed, because I don't know how many times at school it was so obvious that girls filled in their eyebrows because they were just so dark and so thick, and they looked absolutely disgusting. So now we're going to move on to mascara, and for that I'm going to be using this one here. This is Maybelline's the Colossal Volume Express Mascara. This is in the shade, it says Glam Black, but it is so freaking small I can't even read it. And we're just going to do a light coat of this because again we don't want it to be obvious that we are wearing makeup, but we want to put something on our eyelashes just to balance out our face and to make us look a little bit more awake. Also putting a little bit on my lower lashes as well. So now we're going to move on to lips. I would suggest going very light-handed. So whether that's just using a tinted lip balm, this is the Maybelline Baby Lips in the Mixed Berry shade. And yeah, this one's tinted and it's just like tinted a pink. So it just gives like a little bit more life to your lips without it being obvious that you're wearing something. Or wearing a lipstick that is like a Your Lips but better colour. I feel like I don't really have anything in my collection at the moment that is like that. The closest one I have is probably this one, and this is the Maybelline Superstay 14 Hour Lipstick in the shade 085 Till Mauve Do Us Part. If I remember correctly, this was one of the ones that I used when I was at school if I was doing like a little bit of makeup, but I feel like it's still quite dark. You really don't want it to be obvious that you're wearing makeup and that you're wearing a lipstick, and you also don't want to have to think about it coming off when you are eating, or like if you're touching your face or whatever. Then I would just suggest going with a tinted lip balm, and that is what I'm going to be applying today. And then the last overall thing that I would do is to set it down with some setting spray. So setting sprays are great because they just help take away like the appearance of powders on your skin, and even if you have gone quite light-handed with like your powder and your foundation and whatnot, I would still recommend setting it because again it's going to help with the longevity of your makeup, and it's just going to make your face look less cakey. This one is the Australis Makeup Finishing Spritz, and I really like this so far. And there we go guys, that is my back to school makeup look. Hope that you guys did enjoy this and that it sort of gave you guys like some ideas on how you can do your makeup for school. Yeah, it's really quick, really easy. It just makes you look so much more awake, so much more alive without it being obvious that you are wearing heaps of makeup. If you guys liked this video and you'd like to see more videos from me, then please give this video a massive thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you are new, then I just want to say hey and welcome to my channel, and I hope you decide to stick around and join our family here on this channel. Please check out some of my social media links that I have listed in the description box below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! I feel like the camera's up too high. Hey! What am I doing? Why is my voice gone weird? Edges of my faces, that way the edges of my faces, I only have one face. Because you don't, again, where are we? That we're wearing. I'm a little bit out of shot right now, but what the hell? Where are we? I cannot speak. Oh crap. So much dirt.